This is GARIS Masculist MGTOW flyers, that is 2-3 page essays on the themes of masculism and MGTOW, written by and read aloud by Prof. Dr. Hugo de Garis. This is flyer number 10, entitled Secondhalver FIP Women Can Be Quite Nice. Description. This flyer shows how a man can get along quite well with a FIP woman over 40. Flyer itself. Secondhalver FIP women can be quite nice. MGTOWs give the impression that to survive as a man, you need to go your own way, that is, without contact with women, because MGTOWs see women as dangerous, as parasitic, as taking divorcing fathers to the toxic divorce courts and financially massacring them. This flyer shows that life can be a lot pleasanter for men in the second half of life, that is, over 40, when women are no longer capable of reproducing, so women's priorities in life change. Women in their 30s, however, are in the decade when their biological clocks are ticking heavily, and their genetic parasitical tendency to judge men by what resources men can give women to help them support the woman's kids is at its peak. The MGTOWs had good reason to avoid marriage and fatherhood in today's world, because the gender politicians changed the divorce laws in the 70s, which led to today's financial massacring of men. For example, men losing their kids with 90% probability, losing their house, paying child support to kids they barely see, and alimony to fluffy ex-wives with no legal obligation on them to become FIPs and pay their own way. So these fluffy parasitic ex-wives continue to parasite on their ex-husbands both before and after the divorce. MGTOWs and masculists, men's livers, are understandably very angry at this state of affairs and react by rebelling against marriage and fatherhood. 70% of young men in the US under 35 refuse to marry and be fathers, so the US population will be wiped out within a century unless the gender laws are made men fair. The anger of the MGTOWs and masculists tends to dominate MGTOW/masculist thinking, but that is probably because most MGTOW/masculists are first-halvers, that is, people younger than 40, and hence at an age when women of a similar age are in the most parasitic phase of their lives. Secondhalver women, on the other hand, have put reproduction behind them because they have no choice. Their biological clocks have stopped ticking, so women's priorities regarding men change. If a secondhalver woman is a FIP, financially independent person, with her own house/apartment, car, career, income, and with kids almost out the door, who is single, will hope to achieve two main things with a man, namely companionship and orgasms. So a secondhalver man, who's also a FIP, in very similar circumstances, can live a twee-twef, that is 2A2F lifestyle with a secondhalver FIP woman. 2A2F means two apartments, two FIPs. If the relationship between them fails, then they can simply both walk away back to their own apartments and try again if they want with someone new. Twee-tweffing costs the man nothing, because there is no alimony, because the woman is a FIP. There is no marriage, hence no divorce. The great advantage of twee-tweffing is that it keeps both partners being polite and civil to each other. For example, if the woman starts nagging or loses interest in sex, then the man can warn her, and if that fails, he can just quietly walk away. So can the woman. So there's a message here for first-halver MGTOWs who see women only as parasitic beasts in their 30s, hungry to trap a man and steal his resources in the divorce courts. There's a much calmer, pleasanter life awaiting them in their secondhalver years by twee-tweffing with a secondhalver FIP woman. Cheers. Prof. Dr. Hugo de Garis. Email profhugodegaris@yahoo.com. Website profhugodegaris.wordpress.com. YouTube channel name, DeGaris Masculist MGTOW flyers. Ciao.